Hi everyone! Today we will do a slippers. First we start by casting the machine, one in the front, one in the back, for the first row. These slippers will be like larger than the one I did with the ADDI king size. So if you're a woman, you'll be able to fit them if you wear more than size 8. And for men, I'm not sure till what size you could do with this. So I did the waist yarn right now. Cut the yarn, put it in the middle. I will continue with my yellow. That's gonna be my yarn project. Put that beside the white one. Put my counter to 0. Make sure those still is low. And I will just crank it. And be careful not losing any stitch. I almost lost that one now. First rows, we always have to check everything. Pull down your yarn and crank. My husband wears size 9 in men, and it's okay for him. So I think if you add some row, you'll be able to get to higher size. Okay, I did 30 row with the yellow. I will continue with Bernat Satin. The yellow was Red Heart with Love. I will continue with the red. Just put close to the yellow one, next to the other one, and I will just crank. Those two could be attached together, but never attach your waist yarn and your working yarn, because you will have problem at the end to remove it. So I did 5 rows of red. But if you'd like to continue and just make one color, it's okay too, don't worry. And I will continue with the white. Do 3 rows of white. Attach it together. Double knot. So I do 3 white. And I will continue with the red after this one. Cut the white, put in the middle. And continue with 5 rows of red. Always keep a notebook close when you check one of my videos. So that way you could get all the numbers and you don't have to rewatch it, play and reverse, and you'll be okay. There. Double knot. And switch back to the yellow. For 8 rows. The Sentro machine that I use for this video 48 needles. So if you have the smallest one, you cannot do the bigger size. Like if you use this pattern. So you did your 8 rows of yellow. Time to continue with your waist yarn. So I had some green waist yarn. I checked all the stitches, everything's there. I will just continue till I don't have any more yarn. Usually it's around 5 rows of waist yarn when you start and when you end it. It's easier to get the stitches. You see, it removes it by itself now. Always want to stuck there, especially when you're doing a video. So I put my machine aside and time to stretch and check if all my knots are secure, and I will cut it a little bit after. And it will be time to close my tube to make a square. I bring it together. You won't see it correctly with this one because white and yellow, I didn't notice, but it was not contrasting color enough. But don't worry, the other side is green, so if you'd like to switch to the other side right now, you could do. Just skip this part. But I will go like getting one yellow on one side, one the other side. More contrasting color you use, easier it is to pick up your stitches at the end. I use a crochet number 4. It's not a crochet, it's a hook, sorry. But in French we say crochet, that's why I always say crochet. But use a hook number 4. If you have a 3.5, it's good too, though. Don't worry, or a 5 is gonna be okay too. Don't worry for the size. But don't use a 8, it's not, not gonna work. So I continue like that till I get to the other side. Always make sure you grab every stitches, because if you let one go, it's gonna be a big hole in your project and you don't want that. So I continue. There. Arrive at the end, make sure you grab all the stitches that is left. Sometimes it's hiding beside the waist yarn, and the tail of my yarn is too far, so I just take a needle and I will bring it to the end, so that way I will close it with that tail. There, another stitch, pull on it a little bit and it's good. Time to remove the waist yarn. Waist yarn is, there is always one side that is not easy compared to the other one. It's the difference with the starting point and the ending point when you start with your machine and when you're finished with it. The machine do that to secure the stitches. There, I pull on this one very hard and it remove it. I know I broke my yarn. Usually I want to keep it, but on the video I have to go a little bit faster. So that's it. I remove all the waist yarn, and after you have to check if you didn't lose any stitches. So now do the same thing the other side. It's gonna be easier for you to see. Make sure you put your tube very flat. Make sure you don't twist it from the other side. You need it flat and square. It's not very square, it's rectangular, but you know what I mean. So you grab all your yellow stitches, one side, one the other side. The hook I use is a number 4. For those of you that skipped the first part to get to the green part of the closing tube. There. And the first time I tried this closing technique, I was not very good at it. So don't worry if it is your first time. It won't be that easy like on the video and what you're currently going to try, but with practice you will get there, don't worry. A little tip is to use the yarn that is soft and not too thick for any of your project on knitting machine, circular knitting machine, to have less frustration and better experience with machine. Oh, there, keep going. Was there. I have more than 200 different project or technique on my YouTube channel, so if you'd like to get inspiration, you could go visit anytime. It's always open and free. There, almost done. Be careful not missing any stitches. The green stuck with it. Oh, there. It's always when I almost finished, there's something gets stuck. There. I have two more. This one is stuck there. I have to be careful not losing it. La. And grab the tail and close that tube. It's done. Oops, talking too fast. La. Pull a little bit on it. Remove the waste yarn. There, just pull in. And you check if you didn't lose any stitches. I know I already said that, but and I know I repeat myself a lot, but it's to help you guys. So you see this step, I did it in purpose, not to put that on the side that it's gonna be the finishing look. So I'm gonna sew it like this, so when I turn it back it's gonna be inside, so you won't see the imperfection, the little star that the changing color made on the project. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. Juggle, I don't know. So I will stay a little stairs. So time to close it. I'm not very fussy on it. I'm just going to attach it together. And just go one side and the other one like this, and when I come back I will do a different one to secure it. I always do that. When I do my crochet slippers, I do the same thing. With crochet you could use that pattern with crochet, not crochet, with hook, sorry, and you do the square and you attach it the same way that I use for this video pattern. So I come back on my stitches. Now I will do like this, over and in. If I go too fast, just stop the video, take your time to understand everything, and push the play button again. And if you have any question, I'm always on my group, Facebook group, so you could go there and ask question. If I'm not there, there's always a member that's happy to help. We are all there to to learn and to help everybody, to help and learn from each other. La, oof. Now I'm hiding my yarn, and I will turn my work after. So the inside was with the imperfection of the changing color, and now you cannot see it, so it's gonna be nice. So the heels is done. The toe part now. Hiding my yarn first. There. No need to cut it, just pull it with your finger between the layer. And don't cut your yarn too short when you finish it, because sometimes you wear the slippers and some little tail of yarn gets out and it's not looking good. So yeah, I always like keep like 1.5 inches or 2 that I hide inside the double layer. So for this part I go like every 3 stitch like this, inside outside till the other side. There, and I will pull to create the toe of the slippers. There, make sure you do 2 or 3 knots, and I did. You could do this pattern on any kind of circular knitting machine, but for sure it's gonna be different size because you got more needle on the Sentro 48, so it's gonna be a little bit smaller if you take another machine, but it still works. Sorry for the noise. So now I'm gonna put my work like very together, because I need to do the mattress stitch. It's an invisible stitch that I use a lot on my project. So I go grab in the middle of the V, and I grab 1 and 2 stitches. 1 and 2 stitches. I don't know if you see it correctly. I think you're okay. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. You go in the middle of the V of the stitches with the needle. If you don't see it correctly, just go on YouTube and you type mattress stitch, and you will get a lot of information on it. A lot of people have made already the video for this one. And don't worry if I don't put it tight right now. I will pull on the string at the end and it will get everything together, so don't worry. We'll continue like this. I saw that people like just fold their slippers and sew it till they get to the middle. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it's not working, because sometimes you cannot get your feet in. I already bought some slippers on the market and I was not able to get my my toe in it, so make sure it's fit, okay? For this one, for example, I did like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before I get to the red. So I will have enough room. I did 5, sorry. I will have enough. So I pull on my string right there, and it's magic. It's very nice and professional look. And now I will sew it here by going like twice to make sure that it's secure and won't open. There, push it tight and hide it between the layer. Always try to put your color with the same color. If you have like green, if I use like yellow, I will go with yellow. If I add it in the yellow. If I go with red, I will hide my red in red, so that way you don't see through the work. I don't know if I say that it makes sense to you, because sometimes what makes sense for me, it's because I was thinking in French and it's not the same thing in English, so sorry for that. And I do a knot for this toe, and that's it. The slippers is finished. Thank you for watching my little video. Hope you get to see more next one. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching. Have a great day and stay safe, stay home with us, and enjoy your machine.